The man cut open the seal's belly and stuck his frostbitten feet inside. Then he heated the seal fat and used gauze covered in the fat to gently apply it to his feet. After doing all this, the man set off on his journey again. He walked for an unknown length of time until he saw a tree. This meant there must be a forest nearby. He ran over quickly and hugged the tree in great excitement. Having seen hope, the man regained his fighting spirit. That night he built a fire, but was woken up by a strange sound. It turned out to be two poachers. You see, in the wild, the most dangerous thing isn't animals, but humans. Only then did the man put down his pistol. The two kindly invited him to stay with them for the night and also warned him that a blizzard would come the next day. But the man refused. The hunters had no choice but to leave. The next morning, the blizzard arrived as expected. Hail pelted down on his body. Having already endured so much suffering in the prisoner of war camp, he could no longer hold on. Suddenly a tree was blown down and happened to hit the man. Just at that moment, the hunters from the previous night appeared again. They rescued him, and so the three traveled together. By the time they passed through the forest, it was spring. The man judged from the map that he had already walked 4,000 kilometers, but the distance from here to his home was still twice that length. But he didn't give up because he always believed his wife was still waiting for him. One day they encountered a rapid current. The man struggled to row the oars, trying to keep balance, but the current grew faster and faster. The fat man accidentally fell into the water and hit his head on a rock. The man jumped in without hesitation, risking his life to drag the fat man to the shore. But the other hunter, left alone on a raft with no other option, they had to first find a place to settle down. After resting and recuperating, the two set off again. Another winter came. The fat man could no longer walk. The man kindly offered to carry his luggage, but was misunderstood as trying to steal gold. The man was hit and fell down the hillside. How sinister human nature can be. He didn't know how long it had been when he woke up from his unconsciousness, only to see a pack of wolves running towards him from a distance. He had no time to think and instinctively climbed up a tree. As the wild wolves kept biting the tree couldn't hold on any longer. The moment he fell to the ground, a burst of gunfire rang out. All the wolves were killed. This time he met kind people. Under the careful care of the tribe leader, he recovered quickly. Just as he was secretly rejoicing, bad news came. The Soviet army had started searching in the nearby area to avoid getting the tribe involved. The man set off on the road to escape again. Before leaving, the villagers also gave him a dog. Now the question is, do you think he can get home safely? The man broke off a piece of wood, then he threw it into the sea. The piece of wood that should have floated sank to the bottom of the sea instead. The man, deep in thought, groped around on the raft. This time he fished out a handful of wood shavings. He just squeezed them gently, and a lot of seawater oozed out from inside. The man panicked instantly. He told everything to his companions. They lowered the shark cage into the water, planning to dive down to check. After the sailor got into the cage and dived, he found the bottom of the raft had long been corroded. There were also fish gnawing at it. A shark suddenly appeared. The sailor was terrified. He quickly grabbed the raft and hurried back to the boat. After learning about the situation under the sea, everyone's expressions turned solemn. If they let this go on, they would die in this sea. But the captain insisted on moving forward. Moreover, in the message to the newspaper, he lied that everything was fine with them. Not only was the raft intact, but the voyage was going smoothly. Later, despite everyone's opposition and knowing the danger, he still rowed the inflatable raft out to sea. He wanted to film the scene of the sea to attract more attention, but as soon as he turned on the camera, a shark swam nearby, ready to attack at any moment. His teammates realized something was wrong and pulled him back quickly. Before the shark attacked, they pulled him back to the boat in time. At the same time, they sprinkled shark repellent powder around. After the crisis, everyone relaxed. Only Eric remained worried. Suddenly, the parrot flew toward the sea. Although its owner rushed to rescue it, it was too late. His beloved pet died just like that. The man stared closely at the shark's position and followed it all the way. Suddenly, he hugged the shark. His companions saw this and came to help. They even dragged the shark up. The shark was still struggling. The man pressed it down directly, stabbing it repeatedly with a knife. Blood dripped down the wooden planks, seeping into the sea. The sharks were attracted by the smell of blood, surrounding the raft completely. At this critical moment, a whale swam over. Although it was huge, it never actively attacked humans. The whale indeed did not stop, but its enormous size still frightened Eric. He grabbed a harpoon, ignoring everyone's dissuasion, and stabbed it at the whale. The injured whale fled to the deep sea, causing the rope connected to the harpoon to tighten. The raft lost control instantly. Fortunately, the rope snapped. Everyone finally breathed a sigh of relief, but his behavior aroused his companions' dissatisfaction. With the captain's persuasion, his companions finally calmed down.